You're listening to Tehachapod with Key Budge, Corey Costello, Greg Garrett, and Ashley Whitmore.
Tehachapod time. Key Budge, Ashley Whitmore, Maya Acosta, and joining us, Chris Morales from TCTA.
Hello.
Happy New Year again.
Again.
And we say that because a couple of days ago, you were in here, you, Corey, Maya, myself, we had a great conversation for an hour and then we lost it.
Boom. Just like that.
Yeah. And I think in a part of that, we talked about gremlins and ghosts and things like that of the theater past.
Yes, we did. And it's Corey's fault, really.
Yeah, Corey's fault too.
So we kicked Corey out.
Good. Yes, he's not here today.
So they reached out and touched us, and now we get to do it again. But it was a great conversation, and we get to revisit it. So that's going to be exciting.
And that's showbiz.
That's
right?
showbiz.
Yeah, that's it, Maya. That's it.
So thanks for doing the dress rehearsal with us a couple of days ago. We kick off the new year. When we originally did it was going to be episode 1. This will probably be episode 3 of season 5 of Tehachapod. And Ashley, if I haven't told you, we just won another award.
Woo!
For our work last year. So
That's great.
Tehachapod pulled in 3 different awards in 2023.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is.
But this is a first. This alignment with Ashley, Maya, and myself all getting to record together.
There
This
you
is
go.
a very female-heavy room right now.
It is.
It is.
Let's bring it, girls.
All right.
And that's good. And matter of fact, we even mentioned that last time, is that we have a large female following of across our social medias. The people that pay attention are women in Tehachapi. And we see it's about 65% of the audience is female. So I think it's incredibly important that we brought Ashley on board as a co-host, and now Maya. And then Chris with you joining us and leading the charge of TCTA. I get to be the odd man out, and good. And it's good for that. And I think it's good for us to really have different perspectives.
Groovy. I like it.
All right, so TCTA.
Yeah, what about it? You want to know what's going on?
No, not really.
Okay, forget about it. I'll just talk to Ashley.
Yeah, it's more fun to just chit-chat.
But right now, as we kick off the year, the Beekay is dark.
Yes.
And you guys did that on purpose this year.
We did. I've not known the Beekay to be dark any months because it's always in need of money. We're a nonprofit, so we always need something. But this year we decided to try it because as much as we love putting on productions and being like little chickens without heads running around, we got to take care of the building. We got to take care of what the people sit on and the actors act on, and we just got to do that general maintenance. So this is what January, February, and a couple of weeks of March are all about. Is we're dark, and it's going to be groovy and great because we'll get a chance to see some things that we've missed, and we'll get a chance to fix some things that need to be repaired, and then we get to do great shows. So we're very excited about that.
But you're also making it available if someone in the community has a need.
Absolutely. So if there's anyone out there in the community, I would think last time I talked about it, I had someone reach out to me and they wanted to have a Blues Clues birthday party. So you want to have a Blues Clues birthday party, I'm all in. Okay, just tell me what you need. Give us an email at tctonstage.com, and we'll make that happen. If you want to have a meeting of any kind, you want to have a gathering, you want to do graduations there, for the high school, you've got some business stuff that you want to do, not a problem. The Beekay is open not only just while we're dark, but even through the year. We can find those little pockets in between the shows that the theater can be open to you. So it's not a worry. Just give us a heads up, and we'll make it happen.
And it's such a beautiful facility. Ashley, you spend more time kind of, I don't want to say managing or overseeing, but I notice that you'll go over if there's sometimes in the past, if there's an issue or something you need to go check on. And so you get to go in there more frequently than I do.
Absolutely.
And it's such a cool building.
It is. For years, we did our council meetings there.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
we had our council meetings there. It was great, too, because oftentimes, if there was something controversial on the agenda, go and it was a little heated maybe, but you had a set behind you.
Right.
That was just off the wall, and it just, you could never guess what was going to be behind you. But anyways, we did that for years, and then we still have some of our, IT equipment and stuff over there, so I do frequent the Beekay.
Yeah, well, you know what? If you ever want to do a podcast there, you can do that.
I like the thought of that.
Right? How about that? Mm-hmm. We'll even put a setup for you if you want.
Oh,
you can do a video podcast with a video.
Oh, maybe that could be our first video pod. Oh, I'm liking it. Okay. My brain's already turning. It's like, okay.
I'm right here for you with ideas. I
All
got
right.
you.
All right, Chris. We're in. So Tehachapi Community Theater Association, right?
Yes.
That's okay. So TCTA, and one of the things that you mentioned early on in our conversation today was that you're not used to the theater being dark because of the need of money, but there's not that because of the success of the 2023 season.
Absolutely. So, if we did like a recap, let's say, right? So the 2023 season was pretty cool for us. We did some really wonderful shows, and we had a couple of stinkers in there. Don't get me wrong; they didn't land as well as we wanted them to. But with all of that, with the Clue being such a huge success, and then we even had a small little dark horse that we called Maddie, which was the baseball one-man show that happened. It didn't get as much acclaim as we wanted, but it was great. The story was really, really wonderful, and the gentleman that did Maddie, it was great. And some of that money went to Coach Gary to the BVS baseball camp. And so they got to put a couple more boys through the baseball camp who can't, afford to do that. And then in September, that came around and we had Addams Family, and there was not a seat available for Addams Family. People were scalping tickets. They were bartering. I don't know. Someone stopped me on this end, stop on the street and check my pockets and see if I had anything in there. But Addams Family tickets were very hard to come by, but a lot of people got to see that show, and it was very fun to do that show. I was in the show, so that was fun. It's very fun to watch new actors and young actors, so that was really wonderful. And then at Christmas time, we always kind of wonder what we're going to do, because Christmas is always that show that most people always have done in the past, which is Miracle on 34th Street or It's a Wonderful Life. Well, we didn't want to do that because Addams was such a large cast, and then those shows are just as big. Those are 22 to 30 people, and our stage is only 23 feet wide by 18 feet deep. So to put 20 people on that stage at any given time is, getting sardines out of a can. It's very tight. So I found this small little show called Coney Island Christmas, and I threw it out to the board. They said yes, and Lisa McKenzie and Lisa Meredith, who was the director, took it on, and what a great show that was. It turned itself around to be very, very popular, and we made a lot of money on that show. And thanks to Downtown Christmas, that really helped it. And then the theme of Coney Island Christmas, which was a Jewish family in modern day now, and then it goes back in time to the 1935s, it kind of went with the whole Christmas theme. And I heard that there was, I don't know if he truly is a rabbi, but a rabbi somewhere on the corner, and he was reading or, doing what he does. And I thought, groovy. Perfect play. We're celebrating Christmas and we're celebrating Hanukkah all at the same time under the roof of Beekay, down here at Downtown Christmas. What could be better? So it was a wonderful end to the 2023 season.
Yeah.
Super good.
And with that show, with both Lisas, first time in each of those positions, directing and assistant directing, and they were on the podcast. They mentioned the mentorship and just the backing that the organization gave them as being first timers in those positions, and how excited they were leading into it.
Because you never know. I come from a theater background, and a lot of people do at the BK, but when you have people that join TCTA and you have people who are non-members and they come and see shows and they say, well, I think I kind of like to do that. You never know what you're going to get. It's like a piñata. It's just a surprise. Things pop out. And so you take that and you say, okay, let's put you in there. We're going to give you an assistant director position or a stage manager position or producer position, and then you get to know them. But it is our job as board members and people who are seasoned to be with them every step of the way until they feel comfortable and confident to take it on themselves. It's like a first time day at a job. Right? You don't want to be just left alone and you have to do the crane. You need someone there to show you the tools and how to make it work. So that's kind of what TCTA wants to do with anybody that comes in, is to just sort of mentor them. So Lisa and Lisa, both first-timers. Dave Faber, first-timer, basically with producing and taking care of the set. And we had some first timers in the show. So it was a lot of first timers that are happening. And same thing now, actually, with the show coming up in April. We've got some first timers taking on big positions this time around, too.
You know, it always amazes me in Tehachapi with the Beekay Depot, all the different locations like that, with the volunteers. I mean, how often do you want to give away, 4 or 8 hours of your day ever for free and stuff? And yet you have so many volunteers that are so willing to do that so often, and they just love it.
Right. They do. And I think that's the thing about any organization. You always need volunteers because it definitely is the village that moves things around. But you're right, Ashley. I mean, 8 hours of my day I've just spent working. Now you want me to give you another hour, 2 hours, or 8 hours? Are you kidding me? Where am I going to find that time? But if you have a love or a passion for something or just a desire to learn, the theater is a great place to pick that up because you'll never be disappointed. You truly won't. There's just too much to do.
It's true. I mean, I look at myself, all the time that I spent as a young adult to even recently, even a year ago, coaching youth sports. I mean, that to me, I really got a lot out of it. I got a chance to coach my son. I've coached my nephews, my niece, and now my grandson. And it's those hours. It's like you can get lost in it because you love doing it.
Absolutely.
And Maya now volunteers at the visitor center. Mm-hmm. You're volunteering countless hours at TCTA. It's amazing, the amount of time, but it goes by fast when you love it.
It really does. And I don't know how many people like to sit in the dark, but I do. So I love to sit in the dark and just look at that stage, and envision all the things that we have done and the things that are possible that we can do. And I think that's with anything that you do love, you could just sit on a ball field, and you see your grandson running around those bases. You see those little kids in their little outfits with their big gloves that are bigger than their heads, trying to catch a ball. It's anything, even at the senior center, the seniors coming in, they don't know, and they're looking around like it's, a kid in a candy store, and there you are to guide them. I mean, it just takes away all the everyday kind of stuff, and it just puts you kind of like a be here now, just like right there in that moment. And that's the best place to be. Absolutely.
Before we get talking about the 2024 season, let's kind of stay on that volunteer side. That with the mentorship that we mentioned that you guys, people shouldn't be nervous or afraid to maybe step into that role. And there's roles, you don't have to be come in and say, I'm going to direct the next play, but maybe there's a different role to get your feet wet.
Sure. There absolutely is. If you're a member or even a non-member, it doesn't matter. You can volunteer for whatever you'd like to do at TCTA. We would love for you to be a member. Don't get me wrong, because there's some perks with that. But if you're not sure and you just want to try it out, you can usher if you want to. That's a fun job because then you get to see the shows for free. You can help us paint. You can help us build. You can be part of the whole production in and of itself, whether it's costumes or props. You can look and research for us. You can fundraise and help us that way. You can be part of our membership committee. You can do a lot of things by not being a member. And I think that's kind of the great thing about what we offer too is some people just don't want to be that committed, and having a membership makes them feel committed. But if you think about it, our membership is only $35 a year. So $35 isn't a whole lot, in the grand scheme of things for 1 year to do nothing or be part of. But if you do have a hardship with that, TCTA will pay that for you for 1 year if you really have the desire to be part of, TCTA.
So you give out a scholarship.
Pretty much. I guess we could call it a
volunteer scholarship.
Yeah. Do you need one?
No, I don't. But I think it's a great opportunity because in the past I have sought out scholarships to attend like training or things like that. Yep. And I pitch it to the executives at whatever company's putting it on. They're going, we've never done it, but that's a great idea. Okay, we'll give you the first one.
Yep.
And I just think that's super cool because on that, just to become a part of the organization.
Sure.
You don't have to pay to be in. If you can't, and it is a nonprofit, but there's an opportunity here. We want you. It's about, it's more important to have you a part of the organization than to leave you out.
Absolutely. I think, I don't know how many organizations do that, and I hope a lot of them do. But, some people they want to do it, and they've been told they can, and their head tells them that they can't. But now, if with TCTA, if you just were to walk in the door and say, I would like to do this, we'll say, sure. Do you have to be a member? No, you don't. And let us walk you through that. And if you feel comfortable and now you're okay going home and that confidence comes back and now you want to do a little bit more, you have a whole year to play with us. And we'll pay for that. That's not a problem. You get a whole year to do that. Even with students, there's a lot of high school kids that really don't know what they want to do. And theater is a really great place for that avenue to learn how to build a set, to learn how to do some painting techniques, to even brush up on some acting skills that maybe you thought you had, or learn some technical stuff, sound, what Maya does over here, all the technical stuff that we've got, lighting and sound. We've got all that kind of stuff. We've got set design. There's computer programs for that. So we can teach you all those things, but the first thing that you got to do is you got to let us know, and you got to come to the meeting or come to a door and meet us, because that's the only way it's going to happen, and then the rest is just us helping you.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think it's groovy.
Do you have a lot of students that come from Tehachapi High School, kind of directly from whatever, plays or musicals they may be doing at the school, and then in their free time also act and partake at the Beekay?
That's super cool that you mentioned that, because we're starting to get more of that. And one of my goals this year is to work with Sandy over at the Salvation Army. There's a teen center over there. And so we want to get some of those teens to start looking at the Beekay and coming over there to help out or even be on stage. Alex McKenzie is a senior over at the high school. Monica Nadon teaches over there, and she's a TCTA member. And we've got Liz Teedy and I think Donnie Mercado, who have taught acting classes and improv classes at the Beekay. So some of those students even come and they audition. And that really helps us, especially when we've done shows like A Christmas Story or just Coney Island Christmas recently, and hopefully a play that we would really love to do at Christmas time this year. The kids and the older kids are a huge impact for us. And so we're trying to really develop that more and more now this year. So that's great. So if they want to come over, got a free time, an hour after school, knock on our doors. Happy to have you.
Now, are you always there? I mean, you say knock on our doors.
We're pretty much always there, yeah. If you knock on the door and nobody answers, sometimes it's because we're on the stage and we don't hear that. Mm-hmm. So probably what we should do is, put a, not a phone number, but like the some kind of a link or something,
QR
or a bell.
Code.
Yeah, anything
you
that
need
will.
one of those Ring doorbells.
Yeah, Ring doorbell, so we can see you, because sometimes we're in there and we're painting or we got music on when we're working and we just really don't hear that. We do leave the side door where the big mural is painted unlocked when we are in there, and we have had people just kind of open that up and kind of take a peeky. In the summertime, that door is always open, so people can come in anytime they want. I've seen you walk through Centennial Plaza and Greg and a bunch of people, and so just come in. Just come on in and find us, so not a problem.
And I think if I remember correctly from Coney Island Christmas, were there 16 kids that were a part of that ensemble?
Yes. 16 children. I love them. I don't want to work with them, but I'm just kidding. They are a handful. I mean, it's like, teaching like 5th and 6th and 7th grade classes. I don't know what it is, but it's craziness up there. But each and every one of them were absolutely terrific. They were so terrific. They came and they knew exactly what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to be a kid in a play. That was their job. They weren't trying to be anything special. I mean, they were all special, but they were just supposed to be a kid in a play. And that realism and that, organicness of that child was fantastic. It was terrific.
I know that both Lisas had mentioned that it made it a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of energy, and for them being first time, director and assistant director, that having so many kids around. One, they had to stay organized.
Right.
Because you got to keep kids' attention.
You do.
And they were able to manage that and do it very successfully.
Yeah, there's a lot of little toys that were left backstage. That also kept their attention.
Now, did you kind of solicit, kids of the actors you already have, or did you have organizations around town that already have kids acting that you pulled from? How'd you get that word out?
We so we do an audition blast, whether it's an email to all of our members. We advertise over at the Mountain Bowling, and we also have the wonderful banner that the city allows us to put right there on Green Street and Tehachapi Boulevard. So that's our audition thing. But we do put a call out to Donnie and Liz Teedy because we know they've got kids, and we do put a call out to. I was a teacher over at Valley Oaks for a little while, and so I've got some names that I'll send a little text to and things like that. But if we've been in shows prior to with kids like Adam's Family, we'll say, are you going to audition? Are you going to audition? And we give out the flyers and all that kind of stuff. So it really is word of mouth. And you'd be surprised how fast word of mouth goes. And we've had a huge turnout for Coney Island Christmas with kids. It was really wonderful.
As we look back over the success of 2023, and I look back to 2 days ago when we did our dress rehearsal podcast, the success of 2023 and the ticket sales put TCTA in a position that is very exciting for 2024.
It's fabulous. It is so exciting, and thanks for bringing that up. You know, the city has really been wonderful to us for many years, and we have wanted to keep that relationship moving forward in a very positive way. And with the podcast that you have allowed us to come on and be part of, that has really pushed, I guess, the Beekay kind of forefront for some of the people here to know that we have live theater. But the shows like Clue and Adam's Family and Maddie and Coney Island Christmas, all those ticket sales and all the people that are now understanding that we're here and we're proud to be part of this have increased, so that we can possibly now look to moving from a space that we have into another space that's larger. And so that is huge growth for us, because we are growing out of the space that we have. And with that, we have to put some work into a new space, not too much. But the ticket sales have allowed us to better the BK by enhancing our stage, enhancing the tech booth. The city has given us a sound system. My gosh, $5,000 sound system. That's great. I mean, we can actually hear ourselves now. So it's not like, a bunch of, people doing hand gestures and charades. So we can hear ourselves. And that was such a wonderful blessing. And we thank the city so much for that. So those types of things and the money that everybody's bringing to the table with their ticket purchases, it's just really kind of pushed us ahead more than I think we even thought was going to happen.
And I think that the purchasing the rights.
Yeah.
That's what blew me away, because over the last couple of years, we've always talked about you've kind of gone show to show.
Yeah.
Needing to sell enough seats so that way you can purchase the rights for the next show, because it's not cheap.
No. The rights to any show, a musical, the rights can be anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000. And that just gives you the license to do the show and the music. Everything else is extra. All the sets are extra, the costumes are extra, the props are extra. Anything that needs to go on is extra. And a non-musical show can run us anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So this year we've been able to buy all of our shows. The only one we haven't purchased yet, because we're on hold with, we haven't purchased, but we can buy that, and that's a musical, and that will probably run us about $8,000. So the show, which is, and here's the season lineup.
All right.
For 2024, we have Murder on the Orient Express that will be opening in April, directed by David Stenstrom, and that one is fully cast. And then we have Best of Broadway, which is a Broadway review, and we have Death Trap that will be directed by Kenny Chugg, and that will happen in July. There's a little bit of time in between. We're not sure what we're going to do yet, but we need to find another show. And then, of course, we have the big musical that's going to happen sometime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because the way the holidays fall this year. And if we get our way, the sun will come out tomorrow, and this hard knock life that we've had might just be able to be the show that we get to do. But we have to wait and see.
So you get to work with a bunch of kids?
Again. Merry Christmas.
I think you might actually get my daughter out for that one to audition for. 100% she'd be out there.
Right on. So we are fingers crossed and toes and, looking for lotto tickets. But we are hoping that that's the one that we get to do. If not, we do have a backup. And so we're hoping that that will come through also. So either way, like you said, it does cost a lot of money to put these shows on, but we are doing so well right now that we've been able to buy this season. And we probably could even look to buying maybe a couple of shows next season too, but we've got some things that we'd like to do, and we have to watch our dollars. Part of me being the executive producer for TCTA is watching those dollars and not just spending it, because it can go through our fingers like water, and we just got to be really, really careful.
Now, with this new facility that's you've got your eyes on,
yes,
what will the use be?
Oh, thank you for that. So where we're at now, which has been so wonderful for many, many years, we're just outgrowing it. The new space is bigger, and it does have a yard to it. And so what we're looking at is being able to not only have rehearsals there, we can have meetings there, we can have classes there. The yard space will allow us to have outdoor events. We used to do what we called the Golden Apple Awards. We'll be able to do that again. We had Jennifer Gardens for many, many years that we used to do the Golden Apple Awards, but we haven't done that for a little bit. So we hope to get that back. We had a gala a few years ago, and I think that was held over at the Slice of Life, and we hope to get that back and maybe do that for ourselves in this area that is nice and big and huge, and we'll be able to do that. We could have a food truck there, so we can have some, party type things there, and opening and red carpet kind of things happening. So this new space is something that I'm very excited about. We are a board of 7, so everybody had to pretty much agree on it. We needed a quorum, and we've got about 5 people that said yes to it. So we're looking at moving forward. We just haven't signed on the dotted line yet.
Okay. All right, I got an idea.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. It's the red carpet thing that I always throw out to you, but I see Centennial Plaza. You guys close Green Street.
Yeah.
And we've got that area where you've got maybe you tease a little stage performance of something.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
We can lead people into the Beekay for the tours, and you have this nice kind of maybe summer evening outdoor effect. You've got Stray Leaves.
That's right there on the corner. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can
a little bit of music happening.
Yeah, I can see the summer vibe, and it just all kind of rolls right into the BK.
Well, that's kind of what we were hoping for, is the positioning of this place would really allow us to be more part of. The other place has been great, but it's just a little tucked away, and it's not as visible. This is way more visible, so we're hoping that with that, we'll be able to do something like that and be part of the wine walk, be part of the downtown festivities that goes on, that the chamber puts together, the city puts together, and we can be more visible, and we can incorporate ourselves into all of that.
Very nice.
Yeah, pretty excited about
idea.
all that. Yeah, so now all of you have to come and see Murder on the Orient Express, right?
Yes.
So I told Corey in the pretend show that we did. Dress rehearsal. That's it.
Yeah, he sat in. Ashley couldn't make it, so
my understudy was
your
here.
understudy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I promised Corey 2 tickets. I promised Maya 2 tickets, and I promised Key 2 tickets that'd be waiting for you guys at the box office. Corey, you lost yours, so now they go to the star of the show, Ashley.
Of course. I told him, I gave him a bad time. I said, you know what? I've read the book and seen the movie, so I need to see the play now.
That's
you can step aside.
Well, there'll be tickets for you too.
All right.
So not a problem at all.
Well, let's talk about that play.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And I know you mentioned David Stenstrom.
Yeah, the crazy man.
He is full of energy. Maya hasn't met him yet.
I don't think I know who this is. No.
Oh my goodness! When Dave comes, he's so passionate.
He is.
He's just energy contained in this area, and he's just trying to contain himself as he's explaining and visualizing and talking about how everyone is working together. He's a hoot. It's just
he is.
I'll make sure that you guys be a part of it when he comes in to promote the show.
Absolutely.
But oh my goodness.
It's almost like having Robin Williams back, but in a David Stenstrom body. He is just all over the map. No one can really see him, thank God, because you'd probably want to give him some money and, because he looks like he needs a handout. But and he doesn't. But, hi, David. I love you. You know that. But he is so full of energy, and he is so passionate about theater and educating young adults and people who go to theater in general, that it just exudes out of every orifice of his body. So you guys will have a hootenanny. He will be here since he is the director for Murder on the Orient Express. A wonderful new assistant director. She was in Coney Island Christmas. Her name is Amy Webster. Webster, and she was the mother in Coney Island Christmas. And then a new person, I have not seen her on stage, and maybe she's not an actor, but she came to, I believe, an audition for Murder on the Orient Express, and then decided that she would really like to be the stage manager. And her name is Tina Cromauer. I'm so sorry, but your dogs' names are Buddy and Molly. So I always said I will probably forget your name, but I'll remember your pets' names. So, and we are so excited to see these two people take the backstage, let's sort of say. I'll mentor both of them and sort of help them along the way, but it really will be their show after a while, and they will get to work with David. The cast of characters, Perot. I'm sorry, Daniel, I don't know your last name, but I know you as Mr. Green from Clue. So it's Daniel, and he plays Perot. For A Murder on the Orient Express. There are a lot of other characters that are on there. I don't know all the character names, but I do know that we have Liz Teedy, who will be playing the Countess, a woman by the name of Dolores, who's playing the Princess, Amara Sawyer is going to play a character named Mary. Another person is Jessica. Oh, she has this crazy name, Dendenbauer. Oh, God, forgive me for all these things. And she will be playing Greta. There is a character named Book that we're not quite sure yet who is cast for that, but that will be coming up very, very soon here. A wonderful young person named Nick Bandolini will be playing the character Michelle. Christian Egelbrecht, oh my goodness gracious, he will be playing the character Arbuthnot, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody in there, and I cannot recall at the moment, but these are terrific actors. Some are very seasoned, some are brand new to our stage, some have only been on our stage once or twice, but what a great, strong cast this is going to be. What a wonderful show. It's going to be right up there, I'm sure, with Clue. It's just going to be right up there between Clue and Addams Family and Christmas Story and Coney Island. It's just going to be a hot ticket. It's going to be great.
And as you mentioned last time, I think you said that the auditions for the show were some of the biggest you've had so far.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get because, again, it's time. And every show has 3 months of rehearsals, and then you have a month of doing a show. So there's 4 months out of your life, and it's usually about 2 to 3 days out of every week that you're rehearsing. And then as you get closer, there's a fourth day, and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm just here all the time. So to really audition for a show really means that you have to make a commitment. And it's not paid. This is all volunteer free stuff. So when we start seeing auditions show anywhere between 10 and 20 people every single time, we've done something right. The city has done something right with us by promoting. The Mountain Bowling has done something right by helping us. Hitching Post, they advertise for us. Word of mouth. So we are doing something right with our community. And so with Murder on the Orient Express, we probably had nothing less than 15 to 20 people every single night. And crazy man David had a real hard time casting, but he found a way. And so that's why it's going to be fantastic. And every show prior to this has had an amazing turnout just recently. So we're very proud of all that.
So I might have missed it, but when does the show start?
Oh, thank you for asking that question. You didn't miss it.
Okay.
It opens on April 11th. So it's coming right around the corner. So we're very excited about that. And then after that will be Best of Broadwood, which will open in, I believe, in June, and then Death Trap in July, August. So we've got some things coming around. But in between that, like we talked about before, the Beekay is open. If you want to do something, have a meeting there or what have you, let us know. We're happy to help. Not a problem.
And where do people go to get more information?
They go to tctonstage.com. That's our website. And you'll have all the information for auditions, about the shows, about buying tickets, a little history of the Beekay, because we've been here for a very, very long time. The Beekay building has withstood earthquakes and fires through many, many years. Speaking of which, I don't mean to stop that from the website, but go there for information. I know the city is doing the wine walk this year, which I'm so glad it's coming back. Claire is really working on that.
February 10th.
February 10th, thank you. And so the Beekay is going to be open to that. I'm not sure if we're going to be a pour site. I have no idea about that yet. We'll know that a little bit. But we will offer some swag to all those who join the wine walk. We'll give a little Beekay stuff out. But you can come into the Beekay Theater and actually watch a movie that Ben Eschbach, I believe, did for us last year. And it's all about being in the theater. It's all about the Beekay Theater, the history of the Beekay Theater. It talks to actors who've been part of the theater, TCTA members, James Scott, who does a lot of our sets. So it's really informative, but it's fun. It's not just like a documentary. It's more than that. It's very, very fun, and he did such a phenomenal job on that.
So when people roll through on the 10th as a part of the walk and they get the bug,
Yeah.
will they be able to join TCTA? You guys have membership available
Sure.
on site?
We will. There's usually a paper that we can do. We're trying to, we just got race communications there, so we're so excited. We just got brought back into 2024. But we'll have paper applications, I guess, or membership forms to fill out. But we're hoping with the new website that we're just going to start rolling out, actually, probably today or tomorrow, that if you do come, you'll be able to do that, boom, right there online just that fast if you want to become a member.
Great. And will tickets be available for the April show?
Yes. Tickets will be available not at our box office because we don't do paper tickets anymore. Everything is all online. But there'll be a QR code that will take you right to the site, and then you can go ahead and get a ticket and pay for them right then and there.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're super excited about all this stuff.
The growth of what's been going on, just and the fact that you guys continue to reinvest.
Yeah.
And then the community. I think the last time in our dress rehearsal, you talked about also someone special in the community.
Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. People call some things that you get in the mail surprise money. And I don't know how many people have ever gotten surprise money before. It's this check, this amount of dollars, that you didn't know was coming. Well, we got surprise money. And we were sent this letter from a lawyer saying that we were on this list to receive a donation from a wonderful couple. Well, we were on list C, and there was A and B ahead of us, and there were lots of people on list A, B, and C. We were actually the very last name on the C list. That doesn't sound so good, does it? But we were, and we just received a letter the other day that this wonderful couple, they both have passed. Their names are Norman and Bethel Marie Colwell, and they donated or gave to us through their trust $10,900.
Wow.
Surprise. We didn't know that was coming. We didn't think that would ever happen. And that touches me just because of all the work that the board has done, that we have done, the city has done for us and with us, Tehachapod has done for us, that people who love theater, whether they've come to the theater or they haven't, they felt that we were deserving in some way, shape, or form. And that means a huge, huge amount of love to me and gratitude for everything that we do. And I just wanted to say thank you to the person who was in charge of that trust for contacting us, and to, of course, Norman and Bethel Marie for giving us this money. What a fantastic couple. Surprise. Surprise.
Yeah, that means you touched them at some point,
yeah,
whether it was once or multiple times, or they just appreciated the passion that everyone at TCTA puts into each of the events.
Yeah. And, like I said, you just never know how the bug is going to bite somebody, the theater bug, but when you get bit, you just can't stop thinking about it, and we love that. And so we just want to constantly be on your brainiac. With that said, if you're a member, and only members can, get on the board, for the TCTA board. And there are several positions that are going to be open in August, and voting will happen. And my position is up for grabs. I cannot be on the board anymore for another 2 years. So someone will fill my shoes. And they'll be doing these podcasts, hopefully, and carrying on our footsteps and our message. But that's the one thing that all of our board members this time around is that has been our main goal, is our commitment and our relationship to the city, and maintaining that and growing that and being part of, because we need you guys as much as I think Tehachapi needs live theater. And so we have to work together.
Yeah, and we mentioned again in that previous practice run with what we did. But we talked about what arts does for quality of life within a community, and this plays such an integral part in that we become a richer community based on having arts present and available, and we invite the community to participate.
Absolutely. Everybody's artistic in some way. You don't think that you are, but you absolutely are. And whether it's painting, drawing, music, speech, words, writing, poetry, I don't know, even bicycle maintenance, that's an art in itself, because I need that to happen every now and again. But, we need each other for all those things that we have inside of us. And that creativity needs to come out. And we need venues like that in our communities. So, if you're thinking about having a bike shop, great. We need that. If you think about live theater, we need that. If you think about having an orchestra, we need that. We need that because it keeps us young, and it keeps our city vital, and it keeps people wanting to come and visit us, whether they stay and buy a house or they leave because it's just a weekend thing. But it keeps us interesting. Our wineries have really increased our presence. We're on the map now. And that has brought in a lot of people. So we have to keep feeding that big old bear that's out there, with entertainment and just stuff where people can stretch their legs.
Yeah, exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, I know that for me, it's just thinking back over the couple of years, because I've been probably a part of each of the podcasts where you or another member of the TCTA has been in, and it's always been that conversation of we're going from play to play to play.
Yeah.
And now just the success of what you guys have done in changing the energy within the organization, and then which that translates to the community, and then selling out and having to add extra weekends like you did for Adam's family.
Yep.
That just says that the community's responding.
Right.
They're feeling that energy, and they want to be a part of it.
Absolutely. And we're here for you. And, even if you have a play suggestion, we're open to it. Send us an email. I thought this would be a great play. And we'll probably say no. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We will always take all those suggestions and look at them. And if we can do them, if it fits our stage, or, it sort of falls into the right time period as far as what we got, like happy and tragedies or comedies or dramas or whatever we're doing, absolutely. We'll put that to our production committee, which we have. They'll look at it. They'll look at all the ramifications, how much it's going to cost, and the sets and things like that. And then you never know. We'll probably put that show on. So it just comes from an idea or a suggestion, and we're happy to hear all of them.
Excellent. All right. So tctonstage.com.
Yes.
Get all your information. Anything we haven't touched on?
Let me think about that. Well, no, you did great.
I think we did okay.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
great.
we covered a lot. And what's so funny?
It's just great coming to recircling back to this. We just had so much fun the first time. We wanted
We
to do
did.
it
We
again.
did. That's
Well, I'll be here
exactly
tomorrow.
right.
If you'd
Okay,
like.
great.
Coming back.
Okay, good. No,
We're good.
just kidding.
Part 3.
Part 3, yeah, right? Don't say that.
Missing
We're not
part.
supposed to
That's
do
right.
that.
That's
No,
right.
no,
We're
no,
not
knock
jinxing
on wood.
ourselves. No. But this is, again, it's such a fun conversation. I'm looking forward to having David come in.
Yeah.
To talk about the murder on the Orient Express.
Yes.
And you guys will love it. Like, again, his passion it comes across. I think if you listen and you remember hearing Dave, as soon as you hear his voice, you go, "Oh, I remember," because he was the director of was it Clue?
No, he was the director of oh my gosh, now you get Baskerville.
That's
and
right.
of Moon Over Buffalo.
Yes, we had him in for both of those, and he was just a ton of fun.
Yeah, he's a ton of fun. Yeah.
All right.
Well, and I mean that. You guys are going to have tickets. You just have to tell me what day you want to go see the show,
Okay.
and I will
Okay.
leave them for
Okay.
you at the box office.
All right.
Sounds good.
Corey, you're included.
Well, if today's conversation has brought any question, you have something you'd like to ask Chris, or become more involved in TCTA, you go to tctonstage.com. Send us an email, media@tehachapicityhall.com. We'll get it to Chris. And we just appreciate the fact that you stick with us as we are in season 5 of Tehachapod. So we appreciate all the time that you spend with us, and you get a chance to listen to these conversations that we have with important community members. So we look forward to a great 2024
Yeah.
at TCTA.
Perfect. And I look forward to doing more of these as we go along.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you, Chris.
Thank you.
Ashley, Maya, thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
It was nice to have you.
Yeah. Ashley's in the house.
It was nice to not have the understudy today.
All right, folks, we appreciate the time you spend with us, and we'll catch you again soon right here on Tehachapod.
Tehachapod is a conversation about Tehachapi, featuring the community members who make this such a special place to call home. If you have a question or a thought you'd like to share, email media@tehachapicityhall.com. Thank you to Gary Mazzola for sharing his song, This is Tehachapi.